G'day everyone, here with Hugh Miles. Mate, firstly, thanks for your time. You would be the busiest man in the bloody Armidale Showgrounds this weekend, as you are in most places. Mate, thanks for your support for the Epic since it's come to Armidale. Much appreciated, mate. Always bring horses, always amazing and just so entertaining to watch you, particularly in the stallion draft. And I guess that's primarily why we're here to talk to you. You obviously won the stallion draft last year, mate.
Yep.
Just talk us through because I mean, I look at and go, see at a cutting or a camp draft and go, geez, it'd be bloody good to be Hugh Miles. I'd have to lose 30 years and 30 pounds and grow some hair. But like, it all looks glamorous a little bit that we see of the competition. What's the week look like, mate? It must be...
It's full noise from first thing in the morning till last thing in the afternoon at night, you know what I mean? There's not a lot of stoppage or breakage. Like, when I start on horses, once I start in the morning, I generally don't leave the arena. The girls keep the horses up to me. I try not to leave, I'll try not to even stop for lunch or do anything if I can. Like, we just keep rolling and we'll try and roll through as many as we can. So yeah, like at the moment we've got nutrient horses in, so we got them. I'll always do my futurity horses first. So I got like the futurity this year, each year coming around. So they always priority, sort of from August onwards they have priority, then your sale horses, and then we're into 2-year-olds and camp draft horses. So, it's probably, and then we're in the middle of breeding, we're getting towards the end of it now. We've been breeding and stuff like that.
So you got stallions at home?
Yeah.
G'day everyone, here with Hugh Miles. Mate, firstly, thanks for your time. You would be the busiest man in the bloody Armidale Showgrounds this weekend, as you are in most places. Mate, thanks for your support for the Epic since it's come to Armidale. Much appreciated, mate. Always bring horses, always amazing and just so entertaining to watch you, particularly in the stallion draft. And I guess that's primarily why we're here to talk to you. You obviously won the stallion draft last year, mate.
Yep.
Just talk us through because I mean, I look at and go, see at a cutting or a camp draft and go, geez, it'd be bloody good to be Hugh Miles. I'd have to lose 30 years and 30 pounds and grow some hair. But like, it all looks glamorous a little bit that we see of the competition. What's the week look like, mate? It must be...
It's full noise from first thing in the morning till last thing in the afternoon at night, you know what I mean? There's not a lot of stoppage or breakage. Like, when I start on horses, once I start in the morning, I generally don't leave the arena. The girls keep the horses up to me. I try not to leave, I'll try not to even stop for lunch or do anything if I can. Like, we just keep rolling and we'll try and roll through as many as we can. So yeah, like at the moment we've got nutrient horses in, so we got them. I'll always do my futurity horses first. So I got like the futurity this year, each year coming around. So they always priority, sort of from August onwards they have priority, then your sale horses, and then we're into 2-year-olds and camp draft horses. So, it's probably, and then we're in the middle of breeding, we're getting towards the end of it now. We've been breeding and stuff like that.
So you got stallions at home?
Yeah, well, I used to stand them all there and do all that collecting and shipping myself, but I just got too big a job trying to do it all. And by the time you run the seam at airports and do all that sort of stuff. So yeah, I used to collect all the studs and all that and process the semen and do all that in amongst working horses, and it just made the day even longer. And so now I send them they all go to Tamworth Equine and they ship and handle all that sort of stuff. So they just ring me and tell me when they need them. And
yep.
Like Smooth Talker and Jack and that, they'll spend a lot of time there. Like Smooth Talker, he went there straight after Warwick, and he only came home last week and he's back there now. He didn't even come up here this weekend. So he'll be at the Classic and I'll have him at the Epic. But yeah, like it's full on. Like, it's people from the outside looking in, a lot of people think it's pretty glamorous and it's fun, and you spend a lot of time on the road, and they think it's all, it's all behind the scenes, and home is more work than what people.
How many horses would you be working at any one time?
Oh, in the system, we'd have sort of anywhere around about that 25 to 35 or 40 in the system at any one time, you know. Like, and the more, you know, the more we got, I guess the better, because but it's very hard to do a good job on all of them. So you're trying to always juggle, you know, like this week my 2-year-olds had the week off because we were sort of getting ready camp horses here, and then when I get home they'll all go out, and the 2-year-olds will come back in, and you know, then we're at Nutrient for a week, so they'll miss out there. And so yeah, you're always trying to juggle so that, you know, you're always trying to juggle them so that they don't end up this time next year and everything's green again, you know. So
yeah. I can remember, and I think it was last year, because when we did the presentation with Just Jack,
yep.
I think I might have said, you're going to come over and have a beer or something. You said, no, I've got to go because you had futurity horses in
yep.
to work that night or something.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, like, it's a bit like being well, it's probably not, but it seems to me it's a bit like being a swimmer at the Olympics. Like, you get a bit of glory when you're in the pool competing.
Yeah, but it's short-lived.
Yeah, but then you're staring at a black line or a pen at break, or like, it's just. Yeah, I've got 4, and I mean, I wouldn't have the bloody anywhere near the ability that you've got, so I'm not actually training them. I'm just legging them up. That's a big job for me.
Yeah, no, well, I couldn't do it without the staff I've got. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I'm very lucky that I've got some really great girls and a great guy that works for me, and I couldn't do it without them. You know, there's no way in the world. Like, it's a massive job, you know, and it's just constant, monotonous, and it's but I mean, it's great when you do really well, and it's good when you got really nice horses to ride. You know, I guess that's the beauty of the horses I got these days. They're very easy, you know, not the days of the rat bags you used. I guess I started out with, you know, and you know, things that were 4 and 5 year olds sent to you to ride and get going as breakers, like we're getting them now as 18 months, 20 months. You know, they come through the system, they go home for spells, they send them back to me, and they just stay in. They don't really ever leave. And we're dealing with really well-bred horses, you know, like they're as good as you can go to the States, and the breeding of them is pretty well the same. You know, we're riding Smooth Talking Styles, Rebels, Metallic Cats, Dill Rays, and now out of really well-bred perform mares too. So, you know, training them, you know, once you get them going in a bit of system, it becomes quite quick. They retain things. You're not, you know, you can leave them a week or two and you don't have to remind them when you get back on them what to do again. They've, you know, those good ones and the well-bred ones we've got now, they train themselves. You sort of just got to show them, you know. Yeah,
that's one thing I was saying. I think I said in a video that JP and I shot there a couple of weeks ago, that when I had a look through the catalogue for the Epic this year, and I mean, you know, it's in its 5th year this year, but the difference in the quality of the pedigrees that are catalogued from where it started to where it is now, and the depth of breeding in these young horses that are coming through, the performance is bred into it. It's not pushed into them. It's
100%. Yeah. No, it makes it so much easier. Like, I know mares now. I gave a start to a mare today. I started a mother, and they're so similar. So you start to work out what works with them, and even I started in the same bridle, I drafted a mother in. You know what I mean? And like, it just, you get to work out. You know, some of them now I've ridden for. They're going on their 3rd generation. Some of them I couldn't be 4th. I haven't worked out, but there's definitely mares there I've ridden. Well, I definitely know I've ridden grandmothers of horses and that there now, and you know, and now it's not far, and I will be riding.
Can you feel when you do that? Can you feel a bit of the previous generations?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, you know, they are, and they all have so much similarities to their, you know, to their parents. You know, I find, but especially their mothers, you can really pick up on. You know.
Yeah. G'day everyone, here with Hugh Miles. Mate, firstly, thanks for your time. You would be the busiest man in the bloody Armidale Showgrounds this weekend, as there are in most places. Mate, thanks for your support for the Epic since it's come to Armidale. Much appreciated, mate. Always bring horses, always amazing, and just so entertaining to watch you, particularly in the stallion draft. And I guess that's primarily why we're here to talk to you. You obviously won the stallion draft last year, mate.
Yep.
Just talk us through because I mean, I look at and go, see at a cutting or a camp draft and go, geez, it'd be bloody good to be Hugh Miles. I'd have to lose 30 years and 30 pounds and grow some hair. But like, it all looks glamorous a little bit that we see of the competition. What's a week look like, mate? It must be...
it's full noise from you know, first thing in the morning till last thing in the afternoon at night, you know what I mean? There's not a lot of stoppage or breakage. Like, when I start on horses, once I start in the morning, I generally don't leave the arena. The girls keep keep the horses up to me. I try not to leave, you know. I try not to even stop for lunch or do anything if I can. Like, we just keep rolling and we'll try and roll through as many as we can. So yeah, like at the moment we've got nutrient horses in, so we got them. I'll always do my futurity horses first. So I got like the futurity this year, you know, each year coming around. So they always priority, sort of from August onwards, they have priority, then your sale horses, and then we're into 2-year-olds and camp draft horses. So, you know, it's probably, and then we're in the middle of breeding, you know, or getting towards the end of it now. We've been breeding and stuff like that.
So you got stallions at home?
Yeah, well, I used to stand them all there and do all that collecting and shipping myself, but I just got too big a job trying to do it all, and you know, by the time you run the seam at airports and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, I used to collect all the studs and all that, and process the semen and do all that in amongst working horses, and you know, it just made the day even longer. And so now I send them they all go to Tamworth Equine and they ship and handle all that sort of stuff. So they just ring me and tell me when they need them. And like Smooth Talker and Jack and that, they'll spend a lot of time there. Like Smooth Talker, he went there straight after Warwick, and he only came home last week, and he's back there now. He didn't even come up here this weekend. So he'll be at the Classic, and I'll have him at the Epic. But yeah, like it's full on. Like, it's people from the outside looking in, you know, a lot of people think it's pretty glamorous and it's fun, and you spend a lot of time on the road, and you know, they think it's all, it's behind the scenes and home. Is more work than what people.
How many horses would you be working at any one time?
Oh, in the system, we'd have sort of anywhere around about that 25 to 35 or 40 in the system at any one time, you know. Like, and the more, you know, the more we got, I guess the better, because but it's very hard to do a good job on all of them. So you're trying to always juggle, you know, like this week my 2-year-olds had the week off because we were sort of getting ready camp horses here, and then when I get home they'll all go out, and the 2-year-olds will come back in, and you know, then we're at nutrient for a week, so they'll miss out there. And so yeah, you're always trying to juggle, so that, you know, you always try and juggle them so that they don't end up this time next year and everything's green again, you know. So
I can remember, and I think it was last year, because when we did the presentation with Just Jack, I think I might have said to you, you're going to come over and have a beer or something. You said, no, I've got to go, because you had futurity horses in to work that night or something. And I'm thinking, like, it's a bit like being it's probably not, but it seems to me it's a bit like being a swimmer at the Olympics. Like, you get a bit of glory when you're in the pool competing.
Yeah, but it's short-lived.
Yeah, but then you're staring at a black line or a pen at break, or like, it's just. I've got 4, and I mean, I wouldn't have the bloody anywhere near the ability that you've got, so I'm not actually training them. I'm just legging them up. That's a big job for me.
Yeah, no, well, I couldn't do it without the staff I've got. You know what I mean? Like, I'm very lucky that I've got some really great girls and a great guy that works for me, and I couldn't do it without them. You know, there's no way in the world. Like, it's a massive job, you know, and it's just constant, monotonous, and it's but I mean, it's great when you do really well, and it's good when you got really nice horses to ride. You know, I guess that's the beauty of the horses I got these days. They're very easy, you know, not the days of the rat bags I guess I started out with, you know, and you know, things that were 4 and 5 year olds sent to you to ride and get going as breakers, like we're getting them now as 18 months, 20 months. You know, they come through the system, they go home for spells, they send them back to me, and they just stay in. They don't really ever leave, and we're dealing with really well-bred horses, you know, like they're as good as you can go to the States, and the breeding of them is pretty well the same. You know, we're riding Smooth Talking Styles, Rebels, Metallic Cats, Dual Rays, and now out of really well-bred perform mares too. So, you know, training them, you know, once you get them going in a bit of system, it becomes quite quick. They retain things. You're not, you know, you can leave them a week or two, and you don't have to remind them when you get back on them what to do again. They've, you know, those good ones and the well-bred ones we've got now, they train themselves. You sort of just got to show them, you know. Yeah,
that's one thing I was saying. I think it's said in a video that JP and I shot there a couple of weeks ago, that when I had a look through the catalogue for the Epic this year, and I mean, you know, it's in its 5th year this year, but the difference in the quality of the pedigrees that are catalogued from where it started to where it is now, and the depth of breeding in these young horses that are coming through, the performance is bred into them, it's not pushed into them. It's
100%. No, it makes it so much easier. Like, I know mares now. I gave a start to a mare today. I started a mother, and they're so similar. So you start to work out what works with them, and even I started in the same bridle, I drafted a mother in, you know what I mean? And like, it's just, you get to work out, you know, and some of them now I've ridden they're going on their 3rd generation. Some of them I couldn't be 4th, I haven't worked out, but there's definitely mares there I've ridden. Well, I definitely know I've ridden grandmothers of horses and that there now, and you know, and now it's not far, and I will be riding.
Can you feel when you
4
do
generations.
that? Can you feel a bit of the previous generations?
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, you know, they are, and they all have so much similarities to their, you know, to their parents. You know, I find, but especially their mothers, you can really pick up on. You know.
Yep. Everyone, just here with Drew and Sally Stevenson and Blake in front of the new Benalla stud rig. How good does this look? Good thing we didn't do it beside the DAF or your rig, Blake. We might have been put to shame. Just quickly before we get into it, Drew and Sally have been wonderful supporters of the Epic since it's been up here, with sponsoring events, putting some really, really good quality horses through the catalogue, and have also incorporated the Epic into their Al Capone incentive. So firstly, thanks for all that. I'd just like to just touch on a little bit, because a lot of people will know and a lot of people won't, but just do a quick rundown on what the whole Benalla thing, where, what, because I mean, you're starting to see some really top line horses come out of your show now.
Well, Benalla, the prefix started with my parents back in '81, and Drew and I got together a long time ago and decided we would continue it on, and that's where it started.
Yep.
We were based around Hillman, Western Queensland, and now we're down here, obviously, near Scone, and lesser horses, and we've just slowly built it to get to what we think now is a higher calibre horses. We hope people are going to want to breed progeny out of down the track.
Yeah, well, I mean, I've noticed from here, and I mean, I'm keen to talk to you about the one for this year, because on paper he looks proper special. But is there a direction? Obviously, you stand Al Capone, and you said to me yesterday you stood him at home for the first time. Is he kind of watch the mould that you're trying to breed to, because he's such a nice type? And
well, what he's doing is putting, you got that nice quarter horse mare. Doesn't have to be quarter horse, but and he's putting a nice front on him.
Yeah.
And nice rein, and yeah, he's. We've got another little exciting colt coming along that'll cross with his fillies.
L fillies.
So we've got that planned, but that'll be a few years off yet. But we've got that in line. He's had a lot of our mares this year, and we're just starting to sort of ride them now, which is ourselves. Yep. Yeah.
And they're going good?
Yeah, real good.
So what's a normal day look like?
Which day?
What is a normal day?
Yeah, what is a normal day? You might get up and think you're going to do this, this and this today, and I can guarantee you by 8 o'clock it's all different.
But on average, how many horses would you work a day?
Oh, well, it depends. We try to do the younger ones like early in the week.
Yep.
And if there's no dramas there, you know, we go to our older horses then. Camp horses, they've got to be kept fit. If they've got a little issue here and there, we sort that out before we go to the next one, but I'll have to take fats somewhere. We'll run a mob of fats in, and the truck will be hooked onto something else and take them to the works, and
How do you pick and choose? Because Sal, I noticed that you've taken over the jockeying of Al Capone a bit lately.
Well, actually I had, but now he's been taken back off me.
Reclaimed.
Yeah, he's been reclaimed, so, but that's all right. I took one of his good mares. I said, well, it's got to be fair, swap for a swap. So I swapped him a Bay Novice colt for a Bay Novice mare. So
all square.
All square.
All square in the cab.
For the horses to stay in our camp, both of us got to be able to ride them, because you never know. You can go to a draft, full over and break a leg or whatever. They've all got to be able to be ridden by us. If they can't, they don't stay in our string.
Yeah, which is a good quality to have in that rideability.
Well, I harden them up, Sally soften them.
Yeah. When he's got them pulling, they come back to me for a while.
I used to ride the horses until they went like a complete Yahoo's horse, and then give them back to pro. The little fella for this year.
Kryptonite?
Yeah.
Yep, he's added one of our better mares, Heavy with Hope, who we bought from the Nutrient sale a couple of years ago. She actually got second in the nursery draft in 23, I think, and she's got more red ribbons than I've had hot breakfasts.
Yep.
But we put him in.
He's supposed to be a filly.
He's supposed to be a filly. We were going to keep him as a little colt and and sell him on as a 3-year-old, but we like to bring horses up here that are good quality, and the other fella we had earmarked didn't make it, so he's it.
Yep. And so you'll go from, obviously we're at Armidale Campground this weekend.
Yep.
So where will you go from in between? You go everywhere in between here and the Epic, I guess. So
yeah, well, we've got Nutrien obviously next weekend. We've got a sale horse there and a couple of incentive horses, and Al will be competing in the stallion draft.
Yep.
We've got Canamble Challenge, I think, which is a couple of weeks before Epic.
Yep.
So yeah, that'll be us. We'll be concentrating on the young horses probably between now and Epic, not doing too many drafts.
Blake, what about you, mate? You look like the politician that's just nodding your head in the background.
Look, it's less is more. There's no doubt about it. Probably where I see it from our point of view, the Epic. To you guys, thank you for your support. The Epic's something we're pretty proud of this year, 2025. It's 5 years in Armidale. We've seen a really good pedigree of horses come through. Our incentives that you guys are a part of as well. We thank you for that, because there's so many horse sales about, and we see so many horses exchange hands, but for guys to support the event of the Epic, for what we can give back to that sale, I think is something where you guys as supporters and vendors and buyers, it's something that we can see that Epic being something with time to come, and the size it is for this year, I think is great for that sale. If we can keep it at that, we keep it a 3 or 4 day event. It gives people time 1 to attend, be a competitor or a vendor. And it's so thank you for your support, and we wish you best of luck over the next couple of weeks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yep. So,
Just before we finish too, because when it happened, I thought it was a pretty good endorsement. Like, we were pretty flattered to be included in the list of events that on the Al Capone incentive side of it. Can you explain how that works? Obviously, it's a list of events now, and it's $30,000 incentive to win one of those.
So if you get first. So we've included the 2-year-old Epic Challenge, as well as the Epic Draft.
Yep.
So if you come along with a horse that's bred by Al and if you win the Epic or the 2-year-old, you'll get an extra $30,000 on top. If you get second, you'll get an extra 20 on top, or if you get third, you'll get an extra 10.
It's just an amazing.
So we're a bit excited about it. I think we've got one coming back here, I think.
Yep.
The gelding we sold last year, I think, is coming back. And we've got one going to Toowoomba as well, and we're pretty excited as to see if it's going to go off first up.
Yeah, I mean, just the future, of this fella this year to come back next year. The challenge will grow as the Epic has grown. And just, I don't know what I said to you, I was talking to Benny Morrow on Thursday. He's changed the trophy saddle this year to be his new version. So if you jump on the Morrow Made website, you'll see the new style. I think it's close to a 10 grand saddle.
That's pretty cool.
He's going to give to the you'll have it here on display, and then obviously same as last year, the winner of the Epic will get to go on and do custom make it.
Customer. Yep.
So thanks to your generosity, thanks to his generosity, because it's you guys that make the events. So
well, we just think it's a good incentive, and we don't tend to keep a lot of geldings, so that's why we sort of approached you about the gelding incentive as well, just to. It's a good place for us to be able to bring our geldings up here, and hopefully people support you guys and the sale, and then the gelding incentive when they bring them back.
Yeah, with the cattle, and look for that fella too. I just can't think of what lot number. I've seen the catalogue, because I just, you look at him and go, wow, that could be anything.
50 something, I think.
I think of 57, but he's in the 50s. But,
yeah, 56, I think, but don't quote me.
Have a look at him, because he's bred to have an amazing future, but just on those incentives, he's going to pay it back in 10 or tenfold in the years to come. So.
Yeah.
All right. We'll probably do. You got to go back and watch a horse have a run up there. 20 in the futurity draft here. Blake's got to go and buy me a cup of coffee.
So we'll buy him 20 litres of water as a trial bread. I'm going to close it. Thank you very much, everyone, and best of luck at the Armidale.
Thank you.
Thank you.
professionals committed to providing exceptional service. So whether it's transporting your cattle or large equipment or other heavy loads, talk to Taylor's Livestock and Heavy Haulage. And it's great to see Luke and Jen on the ground with us tonight. Now, platinum sponsors include my mate Ben Morrow from Morrow Made Saddles, and Ben and Jess have both been here, and I mean, they're just wonderful, wonderful people. He's a master craftsman at making saddles, and I would like to ask you to go and just visit his site and have a look at the work that he does, and particularly for the trophy saddle that he made for this year, and obviously it'll be carried over to next year. But Ben and Jess have always been wonderful supporters, certainly for the last few years. I mean, they were still here last night picking up tins out of this arena with me late into the evening, so thanks to Morrow Made Saddles. Tulla Beef, the Owen family from out there at North Star, they run a wonderful feedlot operation. They've been supporters once again since the start of the Epic moving to Armidale, and well before that when it was held down at Kempsey. Rick Swan comes up every year. He runs the backyards. He's on hand for everything that we want to do. He's brought a young fellow with him, Lockie, this year. They've been helping all week set up the backyards. They run the cattle, and we really like to thank Tulla Beef. They'll have an auction of some of their wonderful beef products after the completion of the cutout. So stay around for that. It's a great opportunity to buy some really, really good quality meat. Now, gold sponsors are Maloney Livestock Transport. They've been trucking the camp draft and sale cattle throughout the event. New England Toyota have been supporters again forever. They are the people that have provided the Tundra that we had parked in the arena last night and all the vehicles that are up there. So thanks very much to the New England Toyota Group. Northern Tablelands Earth Moving. Oliver Jeffrey's got a great team of blokes. They pitch in. They've been here for 3 or 4 days during the week helping us with all the setups and whatever we've needed to do, so we thank them. Other gold sponsors are Verback Animal Health, Circle L Australia, and Clayton and Haley up there at Circle L. Wonderful, wonderful supporters, and for all the competitors that compete in camp drafting right across Australia, get in and look up their products. Their wonderful clothing lines and particularly their hats are second to none. Beef Trans too, the Matheson family have been wonderful supporters. They're not transporting this year, they did last year, and they continue to be fantastic supporters of the event in providing sale. Drew, Sally and the whole family's their support year in, year out. Impulse Print, Paul and Lauren Parker run a wonderful business down there in Newcastle. Paul's an old cowboy friend of mine from many, many years ago. If you need any printing signage, they've made all the bannering, all the bunting, everything that you see around here has been provided by Impulse Prints. Make sure you look them up too. Gainey Saddle Company have provided the Saddle Co. have provided the saddle pads for the camp draft and challenge prizes. They have a stall on site also too. Go over and see the Gainey stall over there and have a look through their wares. One makes a wonderful saddle too. Jackson's Providores provided all the cold rooms, and the Country Trucker caps that have made the epic caps for this year. Again, we thank them. So ladies and gentlemen, I won't bore you anymore. I just thought it was important that we get through them, because without that support of the sponsors, nothing here works. So I'm going to hand the microphone over to Blake O'Reilly and Liam Kirkwood to take you through the AAM Jackpot Cutout. Have a good night.
Yeah. Gonna have to try a bit harder than that, Blake. All right, well, we'll get underway, ladies and gentlemen, with our first competitor, Geordie Thompson in the cutout yard aboard Lexi. She'll be followed by 2, Tilly Craft with Red Star, 3, Michael McCowan with Shorty KD, 4, Max Nell and Smooth Criminal, and 5 will be Troy Hagenback with My Dad's Smart. Thank you. Score there for our first competitor, Geordie Thompson and Lexi, was 15 from each judge, so an aggregate score of 15 points there for Geordie Thompson and Lexi. In the camp now, we have Tilly Craft aboard Red Star. She'll be followed by 3, Michael McCowan with Shorty KD. Our second competitor here this evening in the AAM Cutout Shootout in the camp now. We're watching Tilly Craft with Red Star. She's made her selection from the herd of cattle kindly donated by the Matheson family. She calls for the gate. Score there for Tilly Craft with Red Star was 17 points from Judge 1, 16 from our second judge, an average score of 16.5 there for Tilly Craft with Red Star. In the camp now, Michael McCowan, he's aboard Shorty KD. He'll be followed by 4, Max Nell with Smooth Criminal, 5, Troy Hagenback with My Dad Smart, 6 will be Gary Went and Mozzie, followed by 7, Ben Thompson and Vic. He's got all the smart footwork here, Blake. Put your hands together, ladies and gentlemen. A wonderful cutout there from Michael McCowan. Maxie Nell. In the camp now, we watch competitor number 4 aboard Smooth Criminal, of course, a purchase out of the Epic sale here a couple of years ago. Great to see them back. Made the trip up from Blaney this weekend. Great to have Max and Maddie with us. Oh, the horse is getting down and getting to work here. Maxie now looks like he's had a few pre-drinks tonight, ladies and gentlemen. He was all warmed up and going well, but the steer had other ideas. Well done. Outside now with Max Nell. Thank you. That was competitor number 4. Score to come to hand shortly. So going back to competitor number 3, Michael McCowan had a score of 22.25. In the camp now, we have competitor number 5, Troy Hagenback with My Dad Smart. He'll be followed by 6. Please stand by. Gary Went with Mozzie. Right up the front of the camp here again. The pressure's on, ladies and gentlemen. This is Troy Hagenback aboard My Dad Smart. Oh, just a few tricks in that steer there. Blocks him way back down the corner of the camp. Calls for the gate. And a score to come to hand there shortly. Scores of 17 and 18 give him an average score of 17.5 points. In the camp now with Gracemere competitor, this is Mr. Gary Went aboard Mozzie. A big thank you to Gary and his team for coming down and lending a hand this weekend.
2. Righto, get ready there, fellas, on the front gate. This is Aussie. He's got the Wagyu heifer too, Liam.
Oh, old Mozzie gets down and steps about here. Says, leave the footwork up to me, calls for the gate. Oh.
The Wagyu heifer. I tell you what, Donald Trump got the 10% there, Liam.
What do they say? Cattle are like their owners, a few tricks in them?
Yes.
No, a wonderful line of cattle here. We thank the cattle donors, the Matheson family. Bit of hard luck there for Gary Wendt. We'll just peel this heifer off here and then we'll be moving on to competitor number 7, Ben Thompson and Vic.
Liam, I forgot to tell you, we've got 2 cattle donors here. We've got a little wild card in the Wagyu. Big thank you to the Hoy family. They got some full-blood wags that are here for the jackpot cutout tonight. Where's all the Western supporters? Benny Thompson. I'd say hold on, fellas. He might put this one over the gate. A lot of people riding this horse from the back grandstand, Liam, I reckon.
Well, he has been known to take the paint off the front gates before, Blake.
I'd say hold on, Kel. I'd say you want to look at that new Serratelli hat you got on. It might just get branded here tonight. Jacko's Jukebox too, Liam. He's come back 5 years in a row.
He's the best in the business, Blake, that's for sure. In the camp now, we watch competitor 7, Ben Thompson with Vic. He'll be followed by 8, Hugh Miles, 9, Lachlan MacArthur, 10, Rugby Taylor, and 11 will be Chloe Thomas. The next we require, but all eyes are on the camp now. Mr. Ben Thompson in camp with Vic.
Just watch out, Brendan. We've got a professional photographer. We don't want to see her go down. You will be at Jacko's Jukebox later.
All right, here we are. He's made his selection. The black steer right up the front of the camp here. Get behind him, ladies and gentlemen. Here we watch Ben Thompson and Vic. If it was anyone else, you'd call him a show-off, but that's just par for the course there for Ben. Score there for Ben Thompson and Vic was 23 points from first judge, 24 from the second. A average score of 23.5 points to put him up in the lead there at the moment. That's what you chase, ladies and gentlemen. A man in the camp now who's capable of scoring something like that is Hugh Miles aboard Stevie Nicks. What do you reckon here, Blake?
I tell you what, we move on to camp. The good Derry Cross Bullock, the Mathewson family, Hugh Miles aboard. He's looking for a paycheck too, Liam. That's how it's done too for him. That was Hugh Miles. Now, ladies and gentlemen, have you heard about the bar is on the house? A big thank you to Congress Equine. So if you're looking for a liquid refreshment, the bar is on the house. So be sure to go over. A big thank you to the Jim and Beck Ryan, the founders of Congress Equine. They've currently taking care of the bar tab. So if you would like to make your way over and have a refreshment on the Congress. Here's a young fella, Liam.
Yeah, another young bloke, very capable here. This is Rockhampton competitor, Lockie MacArthur. Oh, have a look at that for nice work, ladies and gentlemen. Put your hands there together for Lockie MacArthur with Many Springs Gina. Scored a hand there for our last competitor, Hugh Miles, was 23.5 and a 23, so an average of 23.25. What have we got here for Lockie? Score there for Lockie MacArthur and Many Springs Gina was 22.5 and a 22 for an average of 22.25. And of course, a reminder, a big thank you to the AAM group who have put up that wonderful sponsorship of $500 bonus as well as the jackpot prize money for our highest scoring competitor under 25 years of age. Blake, another youth competitor here in the camp, Rugby Taylor aboard Perfection. What are we going to see here?
He's going for the saddlecloth, Liam. He wants a saddlecloth. He wants over $3,000 in cash. And he's got a bit of work behind him. But I tell you what, he's getting up in front. He just needs a rope.
He's gone via the Cape, but it'll get him a score. Score there for Rugby was 2 16s, so an average of 16 points. In the camp now, a competitor that is a great friend of the Epic year in and year out. This is Chloe Thomas aboard Bulmer's Cinders. Blake, I reckon she'd have a few supporters over there at the bar. What do you think?
I would have thought so. Where's all the people from Bingra? Surely there's some supporters. How about the bar, Liam? The bar's on the house. Does anyone know about that story?
Well, the bar's on Jimmy Ryan, which is even better. Jimmy and Beck Ryan, a big thank you to their team there at the Congress draft and challenge that they run. Put $1,000 on the bar here this evening for your enjoyment. So make your way over there and say good day to Jimmy and Beck, as well as Uncle John over there running the bar this evening. It's a great place to be. But here we are. All the action's in camp now with Chloe Thomas and Bulmer's Cinders. Hey, she's putting the pressure on here.
Hey, she's got a bit of steel too, Liam.
Oh, how's that, Blake?
I tell you what, you'd be in trouble if you're receiving the steal.
I hope Damo was watching. He might have learnt something. How's that for a score there? Chloe Thomas with Bulmer's Cinders, 222.5s. And I reckon that probably puts her in contention as our highest scoring competitor under 25 years of age just at the moment. But anyway, in the camp now, we watch competitor 12, Georgia Falls. She is aboard Tonkin Playtime, followed by 13, David Kelly, 14, Riley Elrott, 15, Carl Green, 16, Jack Ferguson, 17, Sky Sylvester, 18, Caitlin Petch, 19, Gemma Beaumont, and 20 will be Jackson Noon.
Righto, we're back into business here, Liam. 23.5 is what we're looking for up the front of the cutout yard.
Another one of our young competitors here. She's riding for the $500 bonus and saddlecloth here, kindly donated by AAM Group. She's got things under control right here at the moment as she calls for the gate. Well done, Georgia. Score to come to hand there shortly. Could we please have David Kelly on camp with Phoenix, please? Scores there for Georgia, a pair of 21s. Oh, stand by here. He gathers up the reins. It gets it right up the front, makes a bit of noise here. This is David Kelly with Phoenix. Oh, he's right up the front here. Look at the way they step about. That's how it's done, ladies and gentlemen. Score there for David and Phoenix was 22.5 from Judge 1, 23 from the second, an average of 22.75. In the camp now, we watch Riley Elrott. He's aboard Shiloh tonight. Of course, Riley took out that wonderful prize there last night in the cutout with his good mare. Put your hands together for the young fellow from Rockhampton, Riley Elrott.
Yeah, I did, mate. Stand off. Yeah. No, we just thought we'd stick with your music and we'll use this PA up here, you know? Good on you. What's up?
Score there for Riley and Shiloh was a score of 22 and 21.5 with a average of 21.75. In the camp now, we watch the Walker competitor. This is Carl Green with Fedora. Blake, we've seen Carl put some big scores in here over the years.
He certainly has too, Liam. He knows all about press here. He goes to the Sydney Rod Easter show. Takes his wonderful bay gelding down there bushy each year usually. He's always an epic contender as well. He loves when there's a check and there's a cutout. Is this Fedora?
Certainly is.
Change of jockey tonight, Liam. Can he do it? Can he do it? Come on, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, this is Jess Wickham's horse now, Carl Green and Fedora. He knows all about the points. Over $3,000 and 50. Oh!
How's that for ringside action? Well, scores there for Carl of 18 and 19 and a score for 24 for the sideline. That'll give him a average score of 18.5. In the camp now, we watch Jack Ferguson. He's aboard One More Gig. He'll be followed by 17, Sky Sylvester with Bronc.
How about AAM Investment Group? Put up the big money tonight here, Liam, and a big thank you to Congress Equine. The bar is on the Congress Equine, and I'd say the staff behind the bar absolutely sweating.
Oh, how good to have AAM Group here, and of course the Stock Live team this weekend, the wonderful live streaming service, and of course they will be our online bidding platform tomorrow. So for all of you watching on at home, we've got a wonderful catalogue of horses to offer. We encourage you to get on there and get registered. If you have any trouble, call one of the very courteous team at Stock Live. Here we are at the front of the camp now, Blake, with Jack Ferguson. Well done, Jack. Score there for Jack Ferguson and One More Gig was 2 scores of 22, an average of 22 points there for Jack. In the camp now we watch 17, Sky Sylvester aboard Bronx. She'll be followed by 18, Caitlin Petch with Eagle Courage, 19, Gemma Beaumont, 20, Jackson Noon, 21, Dan Coulton, 22, Brock Hamilton, 23, Greg Clayton, and 24, Guy Lord.
I tell you what, Liam, we are on a good one here, and we have got the 2 best judges in the country, father and son syndicate. Pat Smythe has judged every camp draft in Australia, and Brent's just about to come right up his clapper. This is Sky Sylvester on Bronc 2. She's got an entry on the H-Diamond full-blood Wagyu heifer.
Oh, the pressure's on here. She's running a clinic for the sideline, Blake. Have a look at this. This is Sky Sylvester aboard Bronc. She's having too much fun. She calls for the gate. Well done. Put your hands there together for Sky Sylvester and Bronc. And a pair of 22.5 points there for Sky Sylvester. In the camp now, Blake, we watch Caitlin Petch. She's aboard Eagle Courage.
Eagle Courage to the AAM Jackpot Shootout. If you're watching online, this is the best cutout you're going to witness here tonight on the Mathewson family cattle and the H-Diamond Wagyu. Number 18, Eagle Courage. She's absolutely working for every point she can get out of this beast too. She's already been done once and she's about to be done twice.
Well, that's a bit of hard luck there for Caitlin. Unfortunately, goes out with a no score.
Well, it does happen to the best of us, Liam, and I tell you what, everyone needs a donation. A big thank you to AAM Investment.
All right, in camp now, we watch competitor 19, Gemma Beaumont. She's aboard Done Double. It should be followed by 20, Jackson Noon with Henny Penny. Please stand by the gate. Great to see such a wonderful crowd here this evening for our AAM Jackpot Shootout Cutout here this evening. A reminder that we've got the bar open, of course, the $1,000 donation on the bar over there, courtesy of Jim and Beck Ryan and their team at the Congress. And, of course, we've got our food vans there, one over behind the Secretary's office, as well as Ed's Tucker Box down the other end of the arena. But all our attention is on Gemma Beaumont here now in the cutout yard. And she gets it out clean. A score to come to hand shortly. Pair of 20s there for Gemma Beaumont. She'll go out with a score of 20 points in the camp now, ladies and gentlemen. I sit up and shake the dust out of your eyes here. This is Jackson Noon and Henny Penny.
I tell you what, Liam, talk about bar on the house. The Congress Equine tab has been absolutely run and done. A big thank you to Jim and Beck Ryan for that kind gesture. $1,000 they've given to the Epic. We thank them very much.
Hope there's a bit of GST left over there for you and I, Blake, when we're finished. But anyway, we're in the camp now with Jackson Noon and Henny Penny. Let's see what he's going to turn on for us now.
Come on, ladies and gentlemen. Where's all the Noon fans? Henny Penny out of Walker. Score there from judge number 1, 23.5. Score there from judge number 2, 22.5. 23. Oh, Liam, we've got a very good competitor here out of Gravesend. Oh! It's like driving a Kenworth. Come on, Dan, get hold of him. That was A-grade, Kel.
Well, things got a bit western there for a while, Blake, but we will have a score come to hand shortly. Scores of 19 and 17, an average score of 18 there for Dan and Alice. In the cap now, we turn our attention to 22, Brock Hamilton aboard Nick of Time. He'll be followed by 23, Greg Clayton, 24, Guy Lord, 25, Andrew Burns, 26 will be Sally Stevenson, 27, Scott Beaumont, and 28, Joel Mace. In the camp now with Brock Hamilton and Nick of Time. Hayes really put the pressure on.
Liam, where's all the Kempsey supporters? I tell you what, Liam, if you want a man to absolutely apply the pressure, our man Brock will certainly do that. Out of the Belmore River country, our next competitor, Liam, all these coastal fellas.
Yeah, of course, the epic idea was born over there on the coast, Blake, so it's great to have those fellas follow it over here year in and year out. In the camp now, we watch Greg Clayton aboard Luke.
Come on, Sparrow. They all know all about him. Where's all the Clarence supporters out of Grafton, this cowboy? Hey, Greg Clayton on the good. Come on, Kel.
Oh, Blake, how good are these cattle working?
I tell you what, anyone had thought they'd been trained for this event, Liam. 22.5 points from judge number 1. And 2, 22.5. 22.5 from judge 1 and 2 for Sparrow. Here's an epic supporter, Liam. This horse was bought out of the epic sale from the Carlo family from down in the Northern Rivers. Hey, this is Guy Lord, the Walker man.
Yeah, let's see what he can do for us here tonight, Blake. The score they chase is 23.5. Calls for the gate to get out clean. A tidy cutout from a horse purchased out of the epic sale here in previous years. Score to come to hand there shortly. A score of 21 from our first judge. And another 21, a pair of 21s there for Guy Lord and free spin. In the camp now, Andrew Burns and E.V.
Come on, Liam, get to work.
Hey, another good competitor here, another good supporter of the Epic Incentive Camp Draft here, ladies and gentlemen. They get behind him. Makes the block, calls for the gate. And outside now, well done, Andrew.
Cut out horse of the Dorigo City.
And a pair of 22.5 there for Andrew Burns and E.V. Costa. In the camp now here, ladies and gentlemen, here is a good duo. This is Sally Stevenson with Al Capone. Of course, we encourage you to have a look at those wonderful Al Capone incentives there that are offered for the horses side by Al Capone in tomorrow's sale. Wonderful supporters of the epic idea here, the Stevenson family. They've put up wonderful incentive prize money for any horses purchased out of the sale by this stallion here. He can get down and get to work, and Sally's made the choice of the Frisian cross steer as she gets right up the front of the camp here and gets to work. This is Sally Stevenson.
Oh! You hold on there, Sal Al Capone. I tell you what a horse.
Hey, doesn't he nearly turn inside out? And a couple of 18s there for Sally and Al Capone. In the camp now, Scotty Beaumont this time aboard Icon. He's got a bit of stick from the sideline, but anyway, let's see how he returns serve.
I'd say he's been digging a few potatoes in the last 24 hours. He's got a glow on.
Be rude not to, Blake.
They talk about natural pain relief, Liam.
Yeah. Yeah, we've told them several times.
Oh, give it a bit of steel here, Blake.
Hey, Dorigo, the cutout extraordinaire. Where's Scotty? Oh, come on, Icon.
Go. Oh,
Yeah!
have a look at that.
Righty, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. He's come out Champagne Camp Drafting. Look out here. My
Whoa.
goodness. Whoa. $23 from judge number 1 and judge number 2. $23 for Scotty Beaumont and Icon.
A hard act to follow, Blake, but in the camp now, a man that could just do it. This is Joel Mace aboard Stylish Hawk. Be followed by 29, Georgia Ellum. 30 will be Rachel Flanagan. 31, Linda McCallum. 32, Trent Sky. 33, Cameron Martin. And 34, Zeb Pearce.
Liam, we witnessed this particular horse and rider in the cutout there last night, of course, in the Stallion division. He's drawn the good Mathewson family Boddock too from up there at Ben Lomond.
We've got a call for the Gators to make the final turn. Oh, you wouldn't read about it.
Lighty's gone on for the block. Where's Aussie? Aussie.
Glad Matho said he bought these cattle cheap.
I believe 90 cents a kilo.
Outside, they get the job done, nevertheless. In the camp now, Georgia Ellum with Stylish Dulce.
Number 30 will be Rachel Flanagan. 31 will be Linda McCallum. 32, Trent Sky. 33, Cameron Martin. Come on, here's all the...
Stylish by name, stylish by nature, I reckon, Blake. Have a look at this for a cutout A as she gets down. Worriedly watches the cow, gets to work, calls for the gate. She's going to get there and get the job done. Well done, Georgia.
Cutout score from judge number 1 at 22 and judge number 2 also 22 points. Now this
Transporting the cattle here this weekend for the event. New England Toyota, Northern Tablelands Earth Moving, Verback Animal Health, Circle L Australia, and of course the Masterson family from Beef Trans. Just can't thank them enough. They're not only cattle donors, but they're also competitors and transport operators as well as sponsors. So thank you very, very much to all of those sponsors. A few more to come later, Blake. But in the camp now, we watch horse and rider combination. 31, Linda McCallum with Hellblazer. This pair put up a couple of good scores last night, Blake. I think we might be in for a treat here again.
She knows all about it, Liam. She knows where the points are going to be needed here tonight. $3,200 in cold, hard cash. A AAM investment cutout shootout. Righto, we're back under Yay with a fresh yard of Linda McCallum. She gets down to Boog, and I tell you what, this is Hellblazer.
You've had that happen to you a few times, Blake.
Several.
Never a good feeling.
It's a terrible feeling.
Anyway, have a look at the way she takes control once again.
Come on, ladies and gentlemen, don't let her go out without a round of applause. This is Hellblazer.
$18,
17 from judge number 1, 18 from judge number 2, a 17.5.
Trent Sky, our next competitor in the camp, aboard Dealmaker. He'll be followed by 33, Cameron Martin, 34, Zeb Pearce, 35, Cade Rossiter, 36, Drew Stevenson, 37, Ryan Smythe, and 38 will be Shane Palmer.
Number 32. There's about 55 or 6 cutouts here tonight. Righto, she's gone for the good Black Baldy Cross. Wonderful breeders they'd make one day, Liam, and I believe they're for sale tonight too. Hey, Trent Sky doing a job on the heifer too.
Looks like the heifer's done a job on Trent, unfortunately, but anyway, that's the way it goes. He drew a tricky one, but anyway, put your hands together there for Trent Sky as a score comes to hand shortly. Pair of 16s there for Trent. In the camp now, Cameron Martin with Spirit. Reminder that 23.5 is the score you chase. Currently Ben Thompson and Vic right up there at the top of the leaderboard.
Oh, come on, Cameron Martin. He was here last night. He knows all about it. He's looking for the cash, Liam. You can see he's asking for more points. He's gone for the steal.
Oh, and what a heifer, Blake. Put your hands together for the horse and rider combination. Cameron Martin and Spirit.
22 points from judge number 1. 22.5 from judge number 2. 22.25. 22.25.
Well, ever so close, but still a little bit far away. In the camp now, 34, Zeb Pearce with Moxie Storm. Hey, here is a horse and rider combination, Blake.
Won the open camp draft as well up there at Stonehenge. And talk about a cutout horse, a camp draft horse, and we're going to put a show on tonight. And Zeb Pearce. Unfortunately, it does happen, Liam. We saw this guy win an open camp draft over 3 big rounds. Same horse, same jockey.
The camp now, competitor 35, Cade Rossiter. He'll be aboard Lorena Wood. He'll be followed by 36, Drew Stevenson and Fancy Tassa. 37, Ryan Smythe. 38, Shane Palmer. 39, Darren Beaumont. And 40 will be John O'McDonald.
Oh, yes. Come on. Where's all the Tamworth? Where's all the youth in the equine world? Cade Rossiter. He's drawn for Benny's pony. This is Miss Lorena Wood. Oh, yes. He's gone for the good solid block.
Oh, have a look at that.
Cutout score at 22 from judge number 1. Cutout score at 21.5 from judge number 2. 21.75. 21.75.
In the camp now, we watch Drew Stevenson with Fancy Tassa. Of course, Drew and Sally, as we said, of Benalla Stud. Down in Gundy there in New South Wales. Of course, standing Al Capone, the stallion, a great sponsor of the Gelding Incentive Camp Draft. Great to have them with us here this weekend, and it'll be interesting to see what this horse and rider combination can do for us here today.
And great supporters too, Liam, of the Epic. Paid out $20,000 this morning from Benalla. Cutout score at 21 from judge number 1. And cutout score at 21. 221s for Drew Stevenson. Now here's a man that can handle pressure, Liam.
He most definitely can. He was on the front gate with me last night, and I tell you what, some of those fellas put a bit of pressure on. But anyway, this is Ryan Smythe here with Leonard.
Righto, here we go. Here comes Ryan Smythe. Comes down. He barks out on the good Angus Cross heifer. Right up the front, Smythe. Cutout score of 16 from both judges there. Not tonight, Smythe. 16 from Judge 1 and Judge number 2.
Oh, here's another horse and rider duo that we saw last night, Blake. This is Shane Palmer and Bad Boy Henry.
I've got my money on him, Liam.
Hope it's better than the tip you gave me last Saturday. But anyway, here we are. I've got all my faith in Shane and Bad Boy Henry. Be followed by 39, Darren Beaumont, 40, John O'Macdonald, 41, Ben Rossiter, and 42, Natalie Meredith.
Righto, JP, are you ready? This is Bad Boy Henry. Righto, come on, Armidale. Bad Boy Henry, and Shane Palmer moves on to business too. He goes down, he gets to work. He's going to get right on. Hey, come on, Armidale. It's looking good from here. This is Bad Boy Henry.
Put your hands together there, ladies and gentlemen. Really got down and low and got to work there. That was Shane Palmer and Bad Boy Henry.
Liam, I tell you what, have we got a score for this run?
We certainly do. You want to do the honours, Blake?
I think you better. It is absolutely nail-biting here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We're not taking home hundreds. They're taking home thousands.
Score there for Shane Palmer and Bad Boy Henry was a score of 24 and 23.5. Gives him a total of 23.75 to put him up in the lead.
Hey, the Dorigo man this time. They know how to cut a cow in that division, Liam. Hey, this is Darren Beaumont. He can't only grow a potato, but he can cut out on a horse. Whoa, 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 whoa.
There's no doubt about the coastal blokes, Blake. They are very versatile, that's for sure.
I tell you what, they will absolutely chase him down too, won't they? Not only Icon. Righto, from Walbrook this time, John O'Macdonald. He's a camp drafter, he's a horse sale man, he can absolutely cut a cow. He's drawn the H time in Wagyu, Liam, and he's absolutely hang on to the front gates here, fellows. Look out, JP. This is John O'Macdonald.
Oh, if he can pull this off, Blake, it'll be something special. Put your hands together there for John O'Macdonald and Badisha.
I tell you what, the judges have got a job on tonight here, Liam. 22 points from judge number 1. 22.5 from judge number 2, a 22.25. 22.25. We're down to the quarters, Liam.
We most definitely are, Blake, but every quarter counts. We are now on to the camp with competitor number 41, Ben Rossiter. He'll be followed by 42, Natalie Meredith. 43, Jackson Noon. 44, Abe Graham. And 45 will be Tom Donnelly. We mentioned before, Blake, some of our wonderful sponsors, a handful more still to mention. A Kent Saddlery, Everson's Food Processors, a big thank you. It's great to have Billy Pavitt here on the ground this weekend. But of course, all the action is in the camp yard now.
Come on, Benny, where's all the supporters? The CTO International.
Geez, Blake, that one even got Jacko excited. Scores there for Benny Rossiter and Moz Benediction was a 22.5 and a 23, score of 22.75. In the camp now with Natalie Meredith. She is aboard Bob Aker Pepto.
I tell you what, Jacko's Jukebox, isn't it good? 5 years here at the Epic. If you're wanting one of the best DJs in Australia, it's all about Jacko. But the cutout here tonight, Natalie Meredith on the good colt. Yeah, tidy. These cattle, they are fantastic. I reckon they might be for sale if people want to practice on them at home.
Score there for Natalie, 21.5 and a 20.5, an average score of 21. In the camp now, we're back with a crowd favourite. This is Jacko Noonan Playtime. He'll be followed by 44 Abe Graham with Stars Go Blue. Please stand by.
All the way from Yarwich, I reckon there's going to be a lot of people riding this particular horse, Liam. Come on, he's on his second round too. He's come right up the front. Hey, this is a Noon Man out of Yarwich. I tell you what, come on, Jackson.
Scores there for Jacko Noonan Playtime was 22.5 and 23 was 22.75.
Oh, yes, Liam, have a look at this.
A rocky competitor here with us. This is Abe Graham as Stars Go Blue.
He's got the good steer too, and the steer said, you whop it on me, I'll whop it on you, and the horse, oh, look at this, is equally as good.
This colt can really get down and work, Blake. Takes control of him there, gets him outside.
Cutout score of 16 from judge number 1. Cutout score of 16 from judge number 2. 16 aggregate.
Here's a character, Blake. I reckon he's favourite in the Jockey's Challenge by the sound of the scream from the sideline. This is Tom Donnelly with Cole Chisholm. I'm talking about this Jockey's Challenge.
It could be one later tonight, Liam, too.
I wasn't going to say it, Blake, but anyway, there we are. This is Tom Donnelly with Cole Chisholm.
Come on, Chisholm. Get him up the front there, Tom. The points are up the front. We're riding for thousands. Cutout score from judge number 1, 22.5. Cutout score from judge number 2 is 22.5. 22.5.
Not the next, but one after. Here's a smart one, Blake. This is 46, Regan O'Donnell. She's aboard Too Soon to Whiskey. Never too soon to whiskey, but anyway, here we are. We're not too far away from the completion of the event, and I'm sure we'll all be over there at the bar later on for a whiskey. But this is Regan O'Donnell.
Yeah, this is going to be good to watch, Liam. I tell you what, we saw the performance last night. This horse has been professionally trained by Michael. Regan has the privilege to take the ride.
Don't steal Regan's thunder, mate. Come on.
Righto, where's all the Belmore River supporters? The chicken beer supporters. Have we got any chicken beer drinkers here tonight?
Not yet. Oh, Blake, it looks like she's taken the Wagyu heifer. The Wagyu heifer's taken her for a ride too, unfortunately.
I'd say there won't be much conversation at the H Diamond Arena over the next few days. Bad luck, Regan. Cutout score of 15 from judge number 2 and judge number 1. 15 points for cutout.
Now, here is a man that can get down and get to business, Blake. This is Tommy Morgan and Gunsmoke.
There'll be more than Gunsmoke here in a minute. I'd say stand straight, Kel, because you're going to be flattened.
You can see the steam coming off the saddlecloth anyway. Have a look at them all coming forward to the side of the ring here, Blake. They're ready. They know there is going to be a show here.
I'd say JP's nervous. Thank goodness he's in the safe spot.
47, Tom Morgan to be followed by 48, Ben McNaughton. But here we are. Tommy makes his selection up the front of the camp with the Wagyu heifer. Blakes, over to you.
Come on, Gunsmoke. I'd say, well, look at this. Pretty to watch. Absolutely pretty to watch.
There's shots fired there, Blake. That is for sure. That was Tommy Morgan and Gunsmoke.
Cutout score at 22 from judge number 1. Cutout score at 23 from judge number 2. 22.5. 22.5. Ben McNaughton, the man in the cutout yard, 23.75. Naughty is all we need from you tonight. 23.75 or better.
In the camp now with Ben McNaughton. He'll be followed by Carolyn Burns. 50 will be Michael McCowan. 51, Hugh Miles. 52, Campbell Martin. 53, Lockie Argue. 54, Jackson McDonald. 55, Joe McKinnon. 56.
Oh, we're on, Liam. We're on. We are on.
Brian
Look at this.
Guest.
Have a look at this. Ben McNaughton. Come on, ladies and gentlemen. Give help him get across the line. It could be the best bar you'll drink at. We need 24 points. Cutout score at 23, Liam, from judge number 1. And cutout score, 2 23s. 23s from the Smythe, senior and junior. What a privilege to have him here with us, Liam.
Carolyn Burns here with us this time. Another wonderful supporter of the Epic concept. She's aboard Baby Rock this time.
I reckon Baby Rock's even been to the Sydney Rod Easter show. Wonderful horse, wonderful jockey.
A reminder to everyone that at the completion of this AAM Jackpot Shootout Cutout, we will be moving on to our charity auction of the Tulla beef. So, of course, if anyone's looking for some quality meat, that auction will be taking place straight after the cutout. But here we are up the front of the camp now with Carolyn Burns and Baby Rock.
From Dorrigo, where all the potatoes are harvested. Where's all the Smith partners? This is Caro Burns.
Oh, nice work too, Blake.
Judge number 1, 22. Judge number 2, 22.5. A 22.25. Caro, 22.25.
The camp now with Michael McCowan. He's aboard short and stylish. Should be followed by 51, Hugh Miles. 52, Campbell Martin. 53, Lockie Argue. 54, Jackson McDonald. 55, Joe McKinnon. 56, Brian Guest. And our final competitor will be 57, Darby Ryan.
The cutout king, Liam.
King of many things, but tonight the cutout is the one that counts. The big jackpot cutout. He makes his selection of the Frisian Cross heifer up the front of the camp here.
Remember those hands, Michael. Keep them down. Get ready. Get them right up the front. This is Michael McEwen.
Gets the job done there, Blake, for another
Cutout
handy
score
score to
22.
come to his hand.
23 and a 22, a 22.5, Michael, 22.5.
Well, here is a man that could give the 23.75 that he'll need to beat for the number 1 place here this evening. He'll give that a real shake, Blake. This is Hugh Miles aboard Smooth Talker.
Yes, a man that thrives on pressure, a man that knows how many points he needs to get to the pay window. The Wagyu steer there, Kel.
Real professional too, Blake. It's a credit to him the way he presents these horses. Not only here for competition, but of course in the sale tomorrow, got some very, very handy yearlings to offer.
Right, he moves on to the H Diamond on account of the Hoy family from up there at Gyra. The Wagyu steer, this is Hugh Miles.
Look at the way they step about here, Blake. Geez, they're covering some ground now. This is Hugh Miles and Smooth Talker. Call for the gate. Well done. Put your hands together there for Hugh and Smooth Talker.
24.5 from judge number 1, 23.5 from judge number 2. 24 for Hugh Miles, 24. We have a new leader, but by gee, we've got some horses to follow.
In the camp now, we watch 52 Campbell Martin with Gee, I'm Divine.
Sky Sylvester, are you still on a horse? Sky Sylvester, stay tuned. We may need you and Chloe Thomas. Don't dismount just yet.
We're up the front of the camp now with Campbell Martin and Gee, I'm Divine. Hey, they get down and get to work here, Blake, side to side.
Oh, 26, that's looking good, Liam. I tell you what.
Gee, you have that effect on things, Blake, don't you? Wait, you've got that effect on things. It was all going so good. Anyway, there goes the whip.
We were just hoping him to get him a 25. I've never seen two men on the front gate so nervous.
They've got the jitters because they haven't had a beer for half an hour, that's the thing. 53 in the camp next will be Lockie Argue aboard Injustice.
How about the APL Armidale staff?
Oh. Footwork nearly as good as Smooth Talker, I reckon. I think it'll be even better on the dance floor later on. And speaking of performances later on tonight, here's a bloke that will be able to really turn one on. Lockie arguing Injustice. But he's got to get down and get to work first. Oh, watch him whop it on here now, Blake. This is Lockie arguing Injustice. Oh, he's done himself a mischief there, but anyway, gets the job done. In the camp now, Blake, another one of our youth competitors who will be competing for that $500 bonus as well as the saddlecloth kindly donated by the AAMI group. This is Jackson McDonald and Scarlett. Get behind him, ladies and gentlemen, one of our youngest competitors in the cutout competition here this evening. Rutto gets the Wagyu heifer off clean and gets to work now. Makes the block, goes the other side. He gets down and gets to work here. Hey, he's really getting busy, ladies and gentlemen. This is Jackson McDonald and Scarlett, one of our youth competitors. Oh, bit of hard luck there, mate.
Isn't it great to see the youth in the jackpot cutout competing with some of the best, Liam?
Oh, it definitely is, Blake, and it's great that the APL group have continued to just put these, create a platform for these young people to have a go through the epic concept. That's Jackson McDonald and Scarlett. Score of 16 from Judge 1, a 15 from Judge 2, a 15.5 there, unfortunately, with a few tricks in the beast. But in the camp now, we turn our attention to 55, Joe McKinnon with Maid.
Kellyville Mark. I tell you what, you've never seen a horse have so many jockeys, and he's absolutely capable.
Oh, he's getting a bit of stick from the sideline here, Blake, but he might just put it to him. Hey, look at him get down. He's got the look of determination on his face here. This is Joe McKinnon and Mac. Oh, he's sealing it onto him too. Get after him. Oh, as easy as that. Put your hands together for Joe McKinnon and Mac.
Cutout score of 23 from judge number 1. Cutout score of 23 from judge number 2.
In the camp now with our second last competitor for the evening will be Brian Guest.
We've got a cool competitor in the camp. Absolutely, pressure doesn't worry this fellow.
Blake, how good have these cattle been? A big thank you to the Hoy family and, of course, the Matheson family.
Righto, where's all Guesty's fans? Brian, he's just about to drop the hand here in a minute with a cunning little mare. Come on, Guesty.
Oh, Brian's riding here. He's going hard with a JM special straight out the gate.
Oh, yes. Score there from judge number 1, 23, and 23.5 from judge number 2 at 23.25, 23.25.
Our final competitor here, Blake, looks like Derby Ryan with Stylish Joe. I tell you what, doesn't Derby have a few handy ones to put through tomorrow?
Unbelievable. 2 wonderful geldings. Now, this gelding's been trained by Jim. He's been campaigned by Derby. This is Stylish Joe. I've seen this gelding. He can handle pressure. All we need is one, Jim. All we need. This is the final competitor. Come on, Armadale. Oh, Joe, he's getting the coach. Come on. Righto, the full-blood Wagyu, the H Diamond Performance horses. Come on, get him up the front. Come on, Armadale. We need to get him home.
Oh, poor old Stylish Joe. He's carrying both Darb and Jim tonight. He's buckling at the knees.
I'd say there'll be no cracked corn tonight, Liam.
Too heavy, too hot, Jimmy reckons. Oh, dear, oh, dear.
Oh, what an event. But I tell you what, we have got a wonderful auction coming up, Liam.
We certainly do, Blake. And I hope that everyone goes too heavy and too hot when they're bidding in the auction, that's for sure, because it is going to be good meat. Good on you, Darb. The ultimate professional there gets the job done, nevertheless. Thank you very much. Yep. Righto, well that completes our AAMI Group Jackpot Shootout cutout here this evening. A big congratulations, ladies and gentlemen. If you can please get behind the following people. In first place in our winner-take-all cutout this evening is Hugh Miles with Smooth Talker. If we could please have you to the front of the camp for the presentation, please. As well as Joe McKinnon and Mac. He was our highest scoring youth competitor with a score of 23. So he will win that $500 as well as the AAM saddlecloth. And, of course, Hugh Miles taking the jackpot with Smith. Big thank you to all our backyard men. A big thank you to our cattle donors once again. Big thank you to our sponsors. Many of them are here tonight. It's great to have you here with us. We do encourage you to get over there to the bar, socialise with one another. If you see one of our sponsors or cattle donors, forward to having an enjoyable night with you here this evening, ladies and gentlemen. But get your syndicates together for a few good meat packs. We've got the auction coming up shortly for the Tullantula beef donated body. Big thank you to the Owen family and, of course, Rick and his team for all of their help. Kind donation of that meat for the charity auction, which will be getting underway very shortly. We'll have a few young gun auctioneers here to show their stuff as well.
Yeah, it's going to be good. I tell you what, charge your glasses. We're about to get the mouth-watering beef out the front. Our wonderful cattle donors too, JP. There's no doubt about it. The family. We're just about to see this wonderful line of cattle come back through, and obviously we'll get them bed and watered and delivered home in the morning. Over to you, Straub.
Jacko, you got a copy, Jacko? Might have to turn the ABC on here shortly, Blake, where things are a little bit dismal in the music department right now, especially as we have the presentation happening very shortly. It's great to have Amelia and Kate and their team here with us from Stock Live and also representing the AAMI group. Big thank you. Year in, year out, they come and display the same amount of professionalism in providing the online platform and live streaming of the event. So we thank them very much for being here, and especially in light of having to cancel our camp draft program. They came to the forefront and said, hey, listen, let's throw a bit of sponsorship behind this. So a big thank you to them. Looks like the cattle are back, so we'll now move on with our presentation of the cutout. We've got our 2 judges, we've got our 2 sponsors. Blake, we might just get our judges and Joe over here in front of the AAM banner, or do you want to move that AAM banner over to the corner there or something? Just where do you want to have your... Righto, if we can just have Huey Miles, Huey over here just in front of the APL signage here, and we'll get underway with the presentation. We'll grab that AAM banner. We won't keep you too much longer. A reminder, not only do we have a wonderful bar operating over there, but we have 2 wonderful food vans as well. One behind the sale office and, of course, the famous Ed's Tucker Box up the other end of the ground. So get on over there, get fed and get ready for this charity auction here to get underway shortly. The Tulla beef packs. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. The winner of your cutout jackpot shootout, sponsored by AAMI Group, Hugh Miles. We'll now have the presentation for our highest scoring youth rider, which was Joe McKinnon. He'll take home, well, he probably won't take it home. I'd say the $500 will be left at the bar, but anyway, I'd be disappointed if he didn't. But he gets the $500 there to use whichever way he likes, as well as the goods and chattels there, sponsored by AAM Group. So a big congratulations there to our highest scoring youth rider in the cutout shootout this evening, Joe McKinnon. That just about concludes the official part of the evening, ladies and gentlemen. So we do encourage you to get on over to the bar, enjoy yourselves, have an enjoyable night. But just before we go, once again, a big thank you to our sponsors who are behind us year in and year out. Our partners in this event, of course, Grazag and Taylor's Livestock Heavy Haulage. We thank them very much. Our platinum sponsors, Morrow Made Saddles, Ben and Jess are over there with a trade store. We encourage you to get on over there and say good day to them over the weekend. The Tulla Beef team, of course, they're going to be on show next. It's their event coming up next, ladies and gentlemen, with their kind donation of the beautiful body of beef that we are going to offer in the charity auction. Our gold sponsors, Maloney Livestock Transport. Thank you very much for trucking the camp draft and sale cattle throughout the weekend. New England Toyota. Thank you very much for your ongoing support. Of course, we had a brand new Parado and Tundra on site this weekend. So if you're in the market for a new vehicle, go and talk to the guys at New England Toyota. Of course, Oliver and his team there at Northern Tablelands Earth Moving, thank you very much. We've had all the gear on ground this week helping us prepare arenas. Verback Animal Health, who are there year in and year out, and of course the wonderful team at Circle L Australia, as well as the Matheson family from Beef Trans. It goes without saying that we appreciate your support and your friendship year in and year out. On to our silver sponsors, Kent Salary, thank you very much. They go the extra mile. They've got some wonderful quality products, so we encourage you to reach out to them. Billy Pavitt on ground with us here this weekend. He's been a wonderful supporter from day one from Everson's Food Processors. Big thank you to Bill for organising the processing of the bodies of beef that we used for our barbecue yesterday evening, and of course the beast that we are going to offer here this evening in the charity auction. Stock Live, big thank you to the team there for their live streaming and online bidding service tomorrow. Benalla Star, Drew and Sally Stevenson, thank you very much for sponsoring the gelding incentive. Impulse Print, Thunderbolt Equine Veterinary Services, and on to our bronze sponsors, Rabobank, Stockyard Beef, Mike's Raincoats. Mike on ground here with us this weekend. Thanks very much, Mike. Bagaini Saddle Company, Jackson's Providors, and of course, last but not least, Country Trucker Caps. So thank you to everyone who sponsored on that list as well as sponsored in kind. That'll be about it for now. We'll be moving on very shortly with the charity auction of the body of beef. Well, guys. Made it lock for ourselves.